Hey, 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 it's Big Voice J.
Hola amigos.
Presentamos este programa
For all of my people, Negroes and Latinos, and even the gringos.
Pero si quieren saber un poco más de qué se trata, bienvenido al Club de Diamantes.
All right. Back at it again to a blank screen. Obviously, because that's what we do. I probably should have hit the little activate button. And now, and now nothing's right. Great. So we're just getting off to a rousing start. So you can't see me. The audience can't see me. We're all just in a place that can't be seen. So there's that.
Jersey?
Is there not a way to... Oh. Oh, well. Why don't we just start? We're already, 10 minutes late? We could just do an audio-only show. I don't care.
Well, I think Will's first stream back on Thursday, he also had some technical issues.
Yeah. Let me just put you on screen there. And, well, no, there I am. All right. So,
Here we are.
yeah. Here we are. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All across the fruited plain. Beautiful, beautiful day today.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Indeed. When did, let's see here. We are, according to my watch, 17 days away from the New Year's Eve streamathon. It's on New Year's Eve now. 27 hours of fun and frivolity and raising money for the kids because Diamond Club loves the kids. Raising money for Extra Life and the Children's Miracle Network of
Please don't say Diamond Club loves kids.
Well, that's why we do it. We love helping sick kids. What's wrong with that? Don't make me go on the internet.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right. So how's Wonk today?
Well, as we get in towards the end of the year, things get busier, more, and, hanging in there. Wasn't like I wasn't busy beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm getting this card back.
Things are going to happen.
Disappeared, sir.
Yes. Buttons are being pressed while you're talking to me.
Oh, that's always a mistake.
Oh yeah. So now things should be where they ought to be. You would think out of everything you would think out of everything I put together, we would have had that, but we don't. So there we are.
Okay. So so we play Jackbox together. You play anything else?
I have done a little bit of Microsoft's racing. Do a little Need for Speed, yeah.
The Forza Horizon.
Yes, the Forza Horizon.
Yeah. Shout out to the Mission Club Mission Deep Sunday race day group.
Yeah. They do some good work there. Love that. Whenever I get a chance to get over there.
Yeah. So I think I've talked about this before. Well, actually, no, I won't ask that. That's a very private question to ask somebody else. But my pooping game is Homescapes, which is a match 3, very much in the lane of Candy Crush.
Yeah.
And it's just you play your match 3 level, and then get credit for a level that's been, and then use that credit to move a story through, which is basically wish fulfillment on repairing the family mansion, and then buying your own mansion on the other side of the lake, and then repairing and filling that. And
How long are you on the toilet?
we've talked about my Crohn's, right? It's a lot.
No. Oh, my dad had that.
Oh, yeah. So, I had, things got bad in like grade 4 for me,
Oh, yeah?
and so I've been, fighting with it ever since, and things have been really good lately over like the last, 3 or 4 years.
But you're in the bathroom for more than a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
My legs fall asleep a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But I will answer your question though. I don't take I don't take my phone out because I will drop it.
Oh.
The bigger the phones get, the bigger my chance of dropping it in the most inopportune place.
Yeah.
I was in Chicago.
Okay.
Trying to make my way around O'Hare. And I stopped at one of the bathrooms, which was, impressive that they had just a gigantic trough in there as a urinal. And I'm like, okay. So I go into one of the bathrooms. One of the bathroom stalls. It wasn't that even better. It wasn't that better. And I made the mistake of having my phone in the little shirt pocket.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yep. But thankfully, quick thinking, and a willingness and a readiness to get out of there as quickly as possible saved me from terrible disaster because, I have to use the phone to call an Uber, and I don't think I need to be smelling someone else's discarded deep dish pizza while I'm doing that. If you know what I mean.
Well, they were finished with it.
Well, yes. They were just returning it to its natural state.
Yeah.
That does not get a rim shot. I'm not going to do that. I'm sorry.
A rim shot, you say?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Okay.
There it is.
So
I did it anyway.
Let's see if I can share my screen on this. That was not the one that I meant to share, but sure, the second one.
Okay. What do you got?
What's it? Okay. So look at all of the so like every piece of furniture in here was at least 2 or 3 levels that got in that was a poop, several poops that turned into stars, that turned into furniture, and over different years and years and years of poops.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that I in the top right that I have 904 904 stars that haven't been redeemed towards moving the story along and adding something to the but if I can direct you down to the and the I will get to the point of why I'm bringing this up.
Sure.
But if you'll direct your attention down to the green button in the lower right-hand screen, it will tell you that the next level that is ready to start playing is level 16,412.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Last week, the button turned gray because I had caught up to how many levels they had made in the game.
Okay.
They add like 50 levels a week.
Oh, wow.
And I had caught up.
Oh, wow. So they're making the game as quickly as you're playing it.
And they're not making the game as quickly as I'm playing it because I caught up.
Okay.
And they had years of a head start on me.
Wow.
And so it kind of gets to one of those things that I'm both proud of and ashamed of at the same time.
Now, does this do in-app purchases?
It does.
Did you
And
have to devote some of the budget to that?
I did, not a ton, but I'm probably in for about $1,000 over 6 years, which I
Okay.
feel like is doing pretty, so like what's $1,000 divided by 6 years, $166 a year, $3 a week.
Okay. Poodle
No, I
Puncher
mean,
is incredulous. $1,000. Look, if you're not careful, that stuff
Yeah.
will add up to you. Add up on you. You know, a dollar
Absolutely.
here, a dollar there. I will tell you a game that has my attention is Gummy Drop, and I've been playing that for a long time. However, I've been playing it on an iPad, which I'm going to turn in to get the new 14-inch
iPad Pro.
Samsung. No, the new
Oh,
Samsung Tab Ultra.
Mm.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to get the game off of the iPad and onto that, because I don't want to start all over again, because that
Yeah, no kidding.
that just sounds like a whole lot of mess and a whole lot of wasted money.
I don't know Gummy
spend
Drop.
money on that too. It's like a
But-
match 3 puzzle game.
No, I'm looking at it, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the same gameplay, but I'm saying, like, I'm trying to offer assistance in getting your game switched over to the other one. And while I don't know this exact game, what works in other ones is a Facebook account is one of the things that you can save your progress to. So, like, the natural one on iPhone would be Game Center, that it's like saving to your iCloud, attaching to your iCloud account, like to your Apple account for saving your progress.
Oh yeah.
But games will also let you use Facebook to do that, and Facebook would be cross-platform, whereas I don't think any of the other ones are. They tend not to have like their own username and password system set up for logging in.
Maybe it's just me, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who has this opinion, but out of anything that I would post on Facebook, the last thing I would want is a game progress.
Yeah, but I don't know that you have to. Anyway, I'm just saying, like, to save the game progress
Oh yeah.
against your Facebook ID to help, because it's something that you could log into and log out of on both your Samsung and your Apple device to move it over.
Yeah, Poodle Punch is saying the same thing. If on Android, then it just saves your progress. All right, cool. Then we'll do that.
$1,000. Poodle Puncher says $1,000. That's literally 2 cars.
Wait, what? What? RC cars or
No, I.
or what? Well, no. Well, actually, I take that back.
Is what
We're talking about beaters, man. We're talking about,
Yeah.
the ones that you don't care to lock because, hey, if you can get it started, you can have it. The ones that you learn to drive on, or
When
parents.
did you buy this $500 Mustang?
A $500 Mustang. I need to know about the condition of that car. Was it like in pieces? Was it a DIY kit or something? Because, you always hear about these.
Somebody doesn't watch my YouTube. I didn't know you had a YouTube.
Ooh. Clyde's Rides is the YouTube channel. Check it out. If you would like to see what Clyde is doing with vehicles of all types. He does. Yeah,
Clyde's Rides with a
Y.
with a Y. RYDES.
RYDES. Now then, friend of the show, Big Telford, has been on our case. Last year, the December show last year, I tried the Evan Williams eggnog, and I did not care for it, and I made sure to tell him that I did not care for it.
And he got me on that a couple of years before.
Yeah.
I also did not care for it.
No, because it's very alcohol forward. At least it was to me.
Yes. And I have I had friends locally here that were looking for an alcoholic eggnog.
Yep.
And I said, well, I'm not much of a drinker, but I have friends that are, and they being BK absolutely swears by this. There is nothing that compares to it. And every year I get we got this again, and we just want to keep saying thank you because it is the eggnog. How did we ever drink at Christmas without it? So other people like it.
I guess, and I've had eggnog before, and it tasted like you should only have it once a year. I can't imagine enhancing it with different kinds of alcohol. I mean, I'm looking at this bottle, and there's like 6 kinds of alcohol in here.
Wait,
or maybe
your bottle is different. Your bottle is a different color than mine.
Yes, I have. And let's get a full shot here. I have the Evan Williams peppermint and chocolate eggnog.
You have the chocolate peppermint. Oh, I just have the original Southern.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're trying different things here.
Yes. Now, I tried the original Southern, and that's the one that was really liquor forward to me.
Oh.
Now, Colford maintains that you have to shake it up.
Yeah.
And I was just talking about this with some friends of mine before coming on the air tonight, and they're like, I've never heard of any alcoholic eggnog that you have to shake. Yeah. And this could be something different. Here, you can listen to it being shaken. And I don't know how, he didn't say how long you had to shake it or how vigorously or anything like that. But we're doing it. So there you are.
So, yeah, I've got my bottle in hand, and I'm, pretending it's a shake weight, which I'm pretending is something else. And,
let me make sure that you're fully on camera so that Rummy can make a gif of you doing that. There you go. There you go. I've been on the internet too long. I ain't doing that. All right. So, naturally, we have a red Solo cup for flavor.
I'm going full alcoholic, and I'm just going to use my coffee mug.
Ooh, I smell it. I smell it. Let's see here. So, and I've been keeping it cold. And
I do have some hot chocolate in here that I don't have the peppermint, but I do have the chocolate that I could mix it into.
Now, I will say this.
All right.
It already does not smell of alcohol than the original. I don't get a snootful of booze when I smell it.
Oh, really? Because I do.
Okay. Well, that might just be this mixture then, I guess.
Yeah.
So let's try.
I just checked.
Okay.
That is much better.
Okay.
I didn't shake it. It needed to be shook.
All right. So, yeah. I could see someone drinking down a cup of this. I could possibly drink a cup of this. Let me try it again.
I'm adding some to my hot chocolate here.
Yeah. See, the biggest problem for me with any alcoholic beverage is that punch of alcohol just gets you right in the start. And they always say, my sister always said it was an acquired taste. I never acquired it.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah. Okay, so with mixed into hot chocolate about 1-to-1, Evan Williams, original Southern, and instant hot chocolate. I'm not. Yeah, this was hot chocolate out of a Keurig machine. Which I found out is if you just take, anyway, we'll talk about that afterwards. Focus on the boost.
Okay.
Okay. So I get the chocolate first, and then I get the creaminess of the egg, and then there's sort of a mouth feel, like I can tell that the bourbon is in there, but it's not a punch.
Okay. Now, how much of that nog are you getting? Is the nog the alcohol? Because you can taste the egg, but I'm missing the nog. I want that nog. Okay. Yeah.
So considering that this is 30 proof, and then so this is 30 proof, and then I'm mixing it 1-to-1 with hot chocolate, so I'm down to 15 proof. That makes sense.
Okay.
But on the other hand, am I getting anything from
Are you getting anything from
why am I getting anything about the alcohol from the alcohol, or am I just, able to put up with it now?
For me, I can tell you that I'm getting warm. And I guess alcohol makes warm the heart of man. If that that's from the Bible. You can look it up. But I can see, maybe someone having a solo cups full of this. I don't know if you are supposed to add ice to it or just fill it up all the way.
I am.
It doesn't seem like you should.
I am having it at ice. Adding ice to anything that's milky feels wrong.
Yeah. Now, why is my nose red? That makes no sense at all. I'm just looking at myself in the mirror. My nose is red.
I see it. I didn't notice that your nose. It's there now.
Oh God, what happened?
Was it not there before?
What did I do? Am I getting all flushed? You should be able to tell with me, but
it's certainly across your cheeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may as well go full red and let's see what happens.
Yeah, you sir, spent a little too long out in the sun today.
Or maybe I'm part Asian. Who knows? I don't know. But
wait, no, that is alcohol flush. Yeah. Okay.
Could be some Asians in my family. I don't know. It's a big tree. There's a lot of people on that tree. Milkshakes, says Poodle Puncher. Milkshakes don't have ice in them. Milkshakes are just cold. They got ice cream.
So, Poodle, what I was doing is, for the hot chocolate, is the Keurig pods of just the carnation hot chocolate. So it's just like your standard Nestle pods with, making it with the water, and then adding, just like a dash, like a pour of milk into it.
You seem dissatisfied with the Keurig. You said you had a problem with it.
It's lazy. Like, the reason why I like it is it's lazy. This is absolutely a instance of convenience over fidelity.
It's actually adding steps. You really want to know about it. Because after you make the Keurig, you're going to have to wash the needles.
No.
You got to run hot water through that thing.
I don't.
Well, you don't, but it is requested that you do so. Because
for the hot chocolate?
Yeah, for any sugary beverage out of your Keurig. And that's like A1 since day one. For any non-coffee, non-tea, any sugared beverage that you run through the Keurig, you're going to have to run a hot water cycle after that to clean out the needles.
Just closing it and putting down still just closing it and like hitting the brew button with no
I am burning up
with no flavor.
How much alcohol is in here? Dang it.
Well, mine just says 30 proof, and I couldn't see what yours is because they don't sell it here.
According to this, and I cannot see this at all. Hang on a second. I think I read off 30 proof, 15% alcohol by volume, 30 proof.
Yeah. That's the same as what mine is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they put the same amount of alcohol, but the mixture's off or something. I don't know. I could not tell you because This
Huh.
is all new. This is all new. Brave new world to me. I don't go to bars
Okay.
because
No, I got it.
big guy walking around with people and their alcohol, and I might spill it, and there's going to be a
Yeah.
problem. So no.
I got it. They make the eggnog, and in this case, they make the chocolate peppermint eggnog,
Yeah.
and then they add the bourbon to it. And
Right.
if the percentage of, eggnog to bourbon is the same as the percentage of chocolate peppermint eggnog to bourbon, then adding in the chocolate peppermint makes less egg and not less nog.
Ah. I will tell
Yeah.
you this: it's much more drinkable. This version is much more drinkable for me after
Yeah.
shaking it and it being
Shaking-
nice and cold.
Shaking it made this much more drinkable.
Yes.
As well. That was definitely a problem with what I had. It worked well with the hot chocolate, and it would probably work well if I had refrigerated it before trying to drink it straight.
I look like Rudolph's fat cousin. Good Lord, that nose is red.
Yeah.
Ha. So yeah, just run it. So what else are we doing here, Mike?
Okay. Let's see. I spent way too much time pooping and
Yes.
made major achievements in gaming hours. We talked about the virtues of the eggnog. We were talking about the laziness of my hot chocolate making. Warming up milk in a pot on the stove is too much work for me to do, and that's what you need to do to make good hot chocolate. And so instant hot chocolate with water comes out kind of acidic. You ever make like Campbell's tomato soup with water? Like you can take the instant soup and make it with water or with milk.
Tomato soup to me is the only soup that tastes like the can it came in.
You're making it with water. It
Ah.
comes out very acidic.
Yeah.
If you're making it with water, it needs the milk to
Wait, are there
offset that.
instructions to make it with milk
Yeah.
on a can of tomato soup? Really?
Is it on the can? I couldn't tell you. I'll go check at the break.
I mean, if it's like concentrated, I always heard you just put water in with it. Equal parts soup and water, but
It does have, when you make the tomato soup with water, it does have a distinct battery acidity
Yeah.
thing to it.
now
Yeah.
I'll eat some chicken noodle soup or some broccoli cheese
Yeah.
or some potato, whatever, Now, I also tried making soup in a Vitamix blender, which
Okay.
is astounding, the science at work there. A blender is generating heat, and you open it up, and the smoke just comes off of that thing. It's awesome. Science!
Science at its scienciness.
Looks
Yeah.
like this
so
eggnog.
I've never seen. Puncher says I've never seen anything on a can saying use milk. I will go downstairs and check the can at the next break. This might be a Canadian versus American thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
assuming-
take the can of like the tomato paste
Yeah.
and the can, and then you pour from your bag of milk into the can until it's up, and add a can's worth of milk to it, and then whisk until it's mixed. Put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, and I guess it's cream of tomato soup now. And it
You know what? Good on you if
And
it
it's
works and it
good.
tastes good.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever had any really, really, really good tomato soup.
Well,
Because
at
I don't
home.
want to make it myself.
Yeah.
And I usually just avoid that in the can because of the aforementioned taste. However, I have been to food trucks where they'll do the grilled cheese and the tomato soup, and it's okay. Not $25 worth, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
Oh, $25 just reminded me of something.
Okay.
We might have talked about this before. Jersey Mike's opened up in Canada recently.
Yes.
And I have found a regular, and I have ordered 3 giant sandwiches this week. It's not so close, but it is close enough that, like, if I'm on my way home and don't want to cook dinner,
Yep.
I will go to Jersey Mike's and get the giant sandwich and eat half of it now and half of it, at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Now, is it the same as stopping off at your favorite deli, getting the same ingredients and doing it yourself?
My delis keep closing.
Oh.
I've lost 2 of my go-to delis in the area recently, like in COVID difficulties.
Yeah.
There are only so many times that I can order, that I can go out and pick up pastrami sandwiches at a deli without, I'm trying to save the restaurant, but I've put myself into heart failure.
Doing all I can. Can't do it
Yeah.
no more. Put a Puncher says Jersey Mike's assembles them wrong, and I have to tell them to do it right each time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's usually cheese, meat, condiments. Send you on your way, right? What other way is there to do it?
He wants the cheese on top of the meat?
We'll have to ask him that when he joins us in the third hour of the show tonight. I will tell you this. I can't stop drinking this. This is not bad.
All right, good.
Dang it, Colford.
Let's find
I
out
didn't
what
need
other
this in my life. I did not need this.
Let's find out what other colors you can turn.
I say no. I had a crazy week this week, right?
Okay.
All right. So last week I went into AFib. I've had that since 2019. I was in the middle of a pool and then in the middle of a swimming pool, and all of a sudden I just became short of breath. And I did what anybody would do in that situation. I freaked the F out trying to get out of there, right? And because I didn't know what it was. And so I was lifting furniture last week.
Okay.
And it all just came upon me at once.
Yeah, no kidding.
Where your heart starts, where normally you would idle at 60. For me, when I'm in AFib and I can't get out of it, I idle at 80, 90, 100.
Okay. Yeah.
And obviously it's hard to do anything but just focus on your heart. And then it just tingles. And it tingles every appendage of your body. And it is the weirdest feeling, and you don't want that. I guarantee you. So
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I felt that in my fingers, like coming down off a fight or flight, like an adrenaline. Can't say I've felt it in every appendage, but just like fingers. Definitely spent time staring at my fingers like this is not good.
Just looking at
Okay,
it.
sorry. So I think I know what you're talking about.
I got
Continue.
Okay, now so I went and had what's known as a cardioversion with a transesophageal echocardiogram, where they put you out.
Yeah.
They stick a camera down your gullet, make sure the heart's all right. And it is strong, it's not damaged. And then if it's not damaged, then they shock you. You're under for all of this.
Okay.
Turns out they had to shock me twice. And it turns out that there's a lot of this going around. So much so that it's like an outpatient thing. I was literally in the diagnostic pavilion, and they had 3 more along with me. And so they're just knocking them out like a drive-through.
One time my dad had a heart attack while he was in Florida. and they did a stent basically as an outpatient.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, but like it was 48 hours after he had the heart attack. He was out. They were sending him home on the hospital, out of the hospital.
Yeah, because they want you to move around, right? They
Yeah.
don't. They,
Well,
you
no,
don't-
I was just like, you're fine,
Yeah.
on your way.
Come on, we got stuff
Next.
to do. But now here's the cool part.
Yeah.
If you can have a cool part to this. The last time I had this done was 2 years ago. And it turns out the anesthesiologist remembered me because obviously you can't forget this face. And he says, he's looking at the chart. He's looking at the chart and he's looking at me and he's like, you don't look like you weigh what's on this chart. And I don't. I'm 60 pounds less than what was on that chart.
That's important to know for the anesthesiologist.
Very important to know for the anesthesiologist because now he's not putting down an elephant, you know.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, you are looking great. You're a shell of your former self and all this and that. By the way, just on a different health note, I don't have diabetes. I don't have high blood pressure. Just the AFib and the asthma. That's it. And he says, do you realize how lucky you are? I know. Believe me, I know.
Well, there's lucky, and then there's you goddamn did it.
Yeah. Yeah, that deserves one of these right here. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, been working on it. But you know what's really been successful for me? And I never thought about doing this at all. But I tried it for a month. Fasting. Obviously, intermittent fasting. Obviously, there's a lot here to work with, so the body's not going to go belly up anytime soon, right?
Yep.
I have found that 14 hours is a good sweet spot for me. That I don't have some sort of hangry episode that lands me on the interstate.
Okay, so 14 hours would be like midnight to 2 p.m.
Well, let's go a little bit further than that.
Okay.
I start the last thing I eat done 8 p.m. the previous night. And so, you know, after you wake up, you do the showering and all that. It's after 8 o'clock. So I experimented with eating at 12, noon, 11, 10. 10 is what works for me. As always, your mileage may vary. Clearly, this is the picture for health, so you want to get all of your information from me. But progress is true. I mean, you know, not getting into numbers, but let's just say they're not going to build a TLC series around me anytime soon. But
I'm trying to think of what his name. Tom Segura.
Yeah.
Does a bit about he went on Biggest Loser and lost a ton of weight in it, and like people keep reaching out to him, and it's like, you know, help me get started doing what you did. You're like, well, I did this.
Yeah.
Can you do this? You can't do, like, I'm up here on stage. You can't do this. Like, what makes you think that? Just, you know, don't discount, you know, you fucking did it.
Yeah.
And you figured out how to do it, and then you stuck to it and you did it. And,
you know, obviously, you know, the AFib is a heart thing, but it's messing with my head because, and I have not been to the gym in 3 weeks, just about, because I was worried about it. It's why I don't exercise at home or out in the backyard or anything like that, because if something happens,
you don't want to be
I need to
alone
be
when
in a place
something
with cameras and stuff. And now, you know, it really gets into my head and it really screws me over because I could be doing a lot more and I'm not. And sure, you know, any progress is progress, and I'll take that dub any day of the week. But I just know that I could possibly be doing more, and I am holding myself back from doing it. And so I find myself just sitting here drinking eggnog, which, dang it, Comfort, this is your fault.
Well, the good news is that while the egg is a blood thickener, the bourbon is a blood thinner. And
yes. Awesome. All right. So, with all of that said, we got some stupidity to take care of tonight. We're just going to have some fun. I have declared this a Mariah-free zone. I've checked, and I've made sure that none of us will get whammed tonight, unless you're into that kind of thing. You do you, boo-boo. But as we sit here tonight, it's 10 minutes to the top of the hour. You and I have been talking for a good 40 minutes, and we've done absolutely nothing. And I love it.
hey, no, we haven't done absolutely nothing. We started at line 4 in the show breakdown. We're now at line 9 in the show breakdown. Never mind that lines 5 through 9 are blank. But
Yeah. We
Yeah.
are just production values right here, boys. I'm
you get
telling
your
you.
money's worth with this show.
We take the meaning of free and we just turn it right onto its ear.
The booze is real.
The booze is real. This cup may or may not be refilled by the time we get back, but y'all take it easy. Hang on.
wish you would. Now push it. Push it good. Push it real good. Push it good. Push it real good. Push it. Pick up on it. Pick up on it. Pick up on it. Pick up on it. You really got to go. You got to go. I don't know what I'm doing. Push it. Boy, you really got to go. You got to go. I don't know what I'm doing.
Y'all haters corny with that Illuminati mess. Paparazzi catch my fly and my cocky flesh. I'm so reckless when I rock my Givenchy dress. I'm so possessive, so I rock his rock necklaces. My daddy Alabama, mama Louisiana. You mix that Negro with that Creole, make your Texas better. I like my baby hair with baby hair and afro. I like my Negro nose with Jackson 5 nostrils. I earned all this money, but they never take the country out me. I got hot sauce in my bag, so I see it, I want it. I stunt yellow on it. I dream it, I work hard, I grind till I own it. I twirl on it. Albino alligators, Camino with the silos, sipping Cuervo and no sometimes I go out, I go hard, yeah, what's mine, hey, what's mine, I'm a star, cause I slay, all day, I slay, we gon' slay, he slay, I slay, okay, ladies, now let's get information. Okay, ladies, now let's get information. Prove to me you got some coordination. Slay trick how you get eliminated. When he fuck me good, I take his ass to real life. When he fuck me good, I take his ass to real life. If he hit it right, I might take him on a plane on my chopper. Drop him off at the mall, let him buy some J's at a I might get your song played on the radio station. I might get your song played on the radio station. You just might be a black Bill Gates in the making. I just might be a black Bill Gates in the making. I want it. Short yellow on it. I dream it. I work hard. I grind till I own it. I twirl on my haters. Albino alligator. Camino, silos, Cuervo with no chaser. Sometimes I go out. I go hard. Take what's mine. I'm a star. Cause I slay.
Today's revelation from Space Ghost is, yesterday I eliminated a creative consultant who said my script ideas were out there. He used 2 bending fingers to indicate quotation marks. He also lived only with cats as companions. What good deeds have you performed today?
What good deeds indeed.
Yeah. So what's happening? The red solo cup has been refilled. Pancakes out, everybody. So Wonk is also here with me. There you are. Hey, Wonk.
Oh, hi.
So, question. The more I
Answer.
drink this, the hotter I get. Is that supposed to happen?
Yes.
Because I am burning up over here. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, man. All right, so.
People don't usually get to get a VOD of when they become alcoholics, but you know,
I have
fond
been
memories.
I've been drinking water in between, so we will not be breaking any TOS things. My apologies. We've got some stupidity going on here. Wonk. What did you want to go to first?
Well, I mean, there's us.
There's a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean, my goodness.
But stupid does know stupid.
Oh, yeah.
From View from the Wing, the thought leader in travel, Delta's, quote, premium promise falls apart. First class passenger told, you're entitled to a seat, not a tray table.
Wait, what?
So from the article, a Delta Diamond Medallion flyer, so 100,000 miles or 150,000 miles a year, button seat on the plane.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw a Poodle Puncher in the chat. That's why alcohol makes clothes fall off. Reference the song Tequila Makes Her Clothes Fall Off by Kenny Chesney. Okay, so Delta took somebody that flies, that paid for first class, spends a lot of time flying, so I assume it's a lot of time flying in first class.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody and their seat, and assigned them a seat that had a broken tray table.
Oh.
Now this says narrow body plane, narrow body jet, which usually implies a shorter flight, but not always. I flew a narrow body for TwitchCon Toronto to San Diego, and that was like 5.5, 6 hours.
Okay.
And so
Are those older planes or?
No, it's just
a design.
It's just smaller.
Okay.
It's just, it's like a 150 passenger rather than a 400 passenger plane.
Okay, I got you.
And since the 150 passenger planes tend to be newer designs that have that are like use less fuel per passenger,
Yep.
they get used for a lot more than they were originally intended to. So they took a very frequent flyer, put him into a seat where he didn't have a tray table to put his laptop on. He was upset. There was one other seat in the first class cabin, but they had, by the time that he found out that there was no tray table, and apparently Delta knew about this because it was from the plane had been flying without it for a while.
Yeah.
They had upgraded somebody from economy into that last seat on in first, and they had a tray table, but that was their seat, and they weren't going to move the upgraded passenger to account to
One of the
acquiesce for a complaining passenger, even if they were paid cash for that seat. And then the article goes on to talk about how the contract for plane tickets says you sorry, where how do I use mod powers?
I think I took care of it.
Oh, okay, I just see first time chat. Okay, so person complaining can't work on this flight because they'd have to use their laptop on their lap. That's ironic. And the contract says we transport you from A to B. That's what you pay for. That's what you got. We don't owe you anything else, even if we advertise fly our product because it's a better seat with better food with nicer flight attendants.
Well, no, wait a minute. Aren't
nicer staff.
Aren't you supposed to have a safe seat?
Safe, yes. Like if the seat were if the seat were reclined and broken that it couldn't sit up all the way, that seat would get taken out of service. But having a broken armrest or a broken tray table isn't enough to make them stop selling that seat.
Okay, so just the irrational consumer here. If I paid for a working seat, a safe, not just safe, but a working seat,
yep,
that includes the tray table.
Yeah.
You follow me? I mean, that should be
no.
That should be a thing.
They can do TV commercials that say we have the best tray tables of all airlines in the world.
Yeah.
Fly Delta and you'll get the best tray table, one of the best tray tables on a plane. The contract that you never see that says you buy a ticket, you get transported from where you are to where you're going and back, and that's it. That's all we owe you.
Preposterous.
Yeah, well,
when I say that,
airlines.
I give them one of these. No, can't have that. It's a little early for that, but we're gonna do it again. There. No. Someone's getting yelled at real quick.
And you know what? They didn't even. It was first class, and so the food that might have been on that flight, because first class passengers on long flights on Delta can now get Shake Shack burgers.
Ooh. It can't be good, right?
Well, I'm sure that Shake Shack had an interest in making sure that it was passable enough that, they're not lying, that somebody didn't have their first Shake Shack burger and say, oh my God, this sucks. But I promise you it's not Shake Shack that's making them, because there are only 3 different food preparer companies that work in airports.
Right.
Poodle Puncher says Shake Shack is the most overrated burger I've ever had, mediocre at best. I'm not a fan of it either. The fries are good. The fries are very good. The burger, I wasn't crazy about it. But that happens a lot with
I feel the same way about In-N-Out.
There's a local chain here called Burger's Priest.
Yep.
Which is the burger that you absolutely have to try. And it tasted to me like they just soaked it in clarified butter. When it's like, okay, I've got the texture of meat, but this is very buttery, and I'm sure other people like this, but
I've heard people putting butter on. I've heard people putting butter on meat.
Yeah, I've heard of restaurant steakhouses
Culver's has the butter
putting it
burger.
on.
If you're down here in the States,
okay.
Culver's has the butter burger, and Steak and Shake also has a butter cheeseburger, a garlic butter cheeseburger.
Is Culver's the place that's known for the frozen custard?
if I'm not mistaken, Poodle Puncher can
Yeah.
back me up on that.
Yes.
Yes.
Poodle Puncher said yes. Okay. All right.
Before you go on, let me say hello to Lady Ima. Just gave us a follow. Appreciate you. And based here in Wisconsin. Yeah.
And Air Canada used to have a branded sandwich that I loved. It was a Quiznos roast beef sandwich on the planes. That it was just like, it wasn't hot. It was just, like 6-inch bun with roast beef, horseradish, mayo, and like wilted onions and on it. And it came, and you bought it. It was buy on board on the plane on shrink wrapped for God only knows how long. But God damn it, I loved that sandwich. And I went to Quiznos and I'm like, I want that sandwich. Like, we don't make that. Like, huh?
Because you can't just make what you would make a Shake Shack burger or any branded burger or whatever on the in the air as you would on the ground, because A, you don't have the space for it. B, your taste buds are different in the air.
They are.
This is science talking.
Yeah.
Which is why people used to say that airline food was bland and all this and that, because it was seasoned for your ground, and then we flew it up in the air, and it doesn't work.
Some of the airlines have done like taste testing in the air, that like they send people up to test things out, to make sure that they know how it's going to taste at altitude. Apparently, I can't remember what it was, but it was like, because the plane is at lower air pressure, we are running slightly hypoxic, like low on oxygen at that height. And I can't remember what the height was.
You're not going to believe this, but there was a documentary on giant kitchens, which, of course, I watched it because I'm just killing it over here. Check out my red nose.
Damn, you stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, doggone it. Oh, well.
Wait, did Rudolph like Evan Williams?
I don't know. We never knew how he got there. We never knew how he got there, but he's there, and he's in song, and that's where we are.
Rudolph was the worst case of fatal alcohol poisoning that you've ever seen.
But in these big kitchens, they were actually talking about hummus, and they were spotlighting one of these big kitchens that do nothing but airline food. And they specifically said that we have to formulate the recipe differently because of the altitude, the pressure.
Yeah.
Your taste buds are going to react differently. That's just why people react to alcohol differently as well. They just become raging lushes while they're in the air. I've never understood that.
Something else about tomato juice.
Yeah.
Tomato juice tastes much better at height than it does at ground level. Also, like, for maybe not so much for the like Delta flying flying in the like airlines flying in the country that they're from, but if they're flying to an outstation, they will have a company make the food for them, but not necessarily the company that makes the food for them normally, just because that's what's available to load on the plane where they are. So, like, my family went to Portugal over the summer, and they flew Toronto to Lisbon directly, and I followed later and flew Toronto to Montreal to Lisbon, and so we're all on TAP Portugal in business class because I know how to rock the miles. And we had drastically different experiences of food on board because my plane was catered by whoever they contracted in Montreal, and their plane was catered by whoever they contracted in Toronto.
Wow, all right.
It's like there was no overlap in the options of the food. It's like, oh well, I picked this for the meal, and they said we didn't have that wasn't an option. I would have taken that.
Did they serve
Also-
Evan Williams on the plane?
I don't know. The only thing I ever pay attention to on the plane is the champagne options.
You ever get one of those pre takeoff drinks? What's your pre takeoff drink of choice?
Never alcoholic. I think on American a couple of times. They've like come around with a tray of water or orange juice, and you just pick one off the. But I think that the pre-flight drink has gone away. That it was just sort of it was in like the flight attendant handbook as do it if you have time to do it,
Yeah.
but otherwise don't worry about it. Make sure the plane takes off on time. And so it just, very rarely happens. And I don't know if I've ever had it happen on a Canadian airline.
I usually will go for the sparkling water myself because I'm all about the sparkling water. By the way, I did happen to get some of that stuff you were talking about at the last show. And this is going to be a problem. This Pepsi soda stream, I can't read the ingredient list on here.
I was saying that still has Splenda in it.
It does.
It's part Splenda, part sugar.
Well, that's gonna suck because I don't handle Splenda well.
Neither do I. It's not. I was saying that it's not the same as like what you get out of a soda fountain.
I would say I've tried doing this, not doing the full soda stream, but like putting a couple droplets in a bottle of carbonated water, not doing a full half liter or whatever. So you're not getting all of the calories.
Yep.
I've seen a man with an impressive beard talk about doing that with orange juice, and I liked it, but I need more flavor to me.
What do you mean, like watering down orange juice?
You take you carbonate your water, and then you add orange juice. What is happening over here?
Okay.
But you're not. It's not half and half. It's you're mostly drinking water, but you're adding maybe a couple teaspoons, maybe even like a quarter cup of orange
something
juice.
that you can get
before you can get some
the
flavor
implication of flavor and sugar.
There's orange there. It's we've secretly replaced your orange juice with carbonated water. Let's see if you can tell the difference.
Carbonated carbonated water and pulp just don't mix.
Yeah. Now I did see a gentleman who was carbonating everything.
Yeah.
He blatantly voided the SodaStream warranty and was carbonating milk. He was carbonating juice.
Carbonating milk sounds stupid.
Yes.
But have you ever had an egg cream?
No.
So an egg cream is milk and seltzer water.
Okay.
So it's not impossible for it to be good. It just sounds weird.
It does sound weird, and but that's not the weirdest thing he carbonated.
Okay, what's the weirdest? Oh, also, carbonated water and pulp just don't mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude carbonated applesauce.
I just said carbonated water and pulp doesn't mix, and then applesauce is practically all pulp. No
Dude
juice.
was all about it. He loved it. Obviously, he was just getting the top layer of it because, the nozzle's not going to carbonate all the way down to the bottom of the bottle.
At that point, basically, you're just putting the applesauce under pressure.
Yeah, at that point, you're just blatantly thumbing your nose at the manufacturer, saying, "I'll do what I want," and
you know what?
You can't do anything about it.
You know what I think the next step in carbonating drinks is going to be?
What's that?
Dry ice cubes.
If they figure out a way to get that to work,
if you could get
because if we can move away from the carbonated bottles, the big old bottles, whatever.
We're sequestering or sequestrating we're fixing the carbon dioxide from the air into our drinks.
Yeah.
This is how we're going to solve global warming.
Okay.
We've done dry ice in punch bowls. See, it's just
orange juice concentrate. Oh, now that's something. I don't think I've ever done that.
That reminded me. I was just over at my parents, and my dad was happened to be watching Three's Company when I came in.
Three's Company, wow!
And they had a scene where they were having a fight around the breakfast table.
Yep.
And one of the girls poured orange juice out of the plastic, mixed mixed drink container. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I'm gonna need more words.
It's okay. Let me see if I can find 1970s drink pitcher.
Like a decanter or a pitcher?
No, because it's just it's the cheapest plastic pitcher.
Like a hotel pitcher? Well, now I'm intrigued. I'm not
okay.
Sure. I'm not sure what you're getting at here.
I'll share my screen. Oh, no, this. Exact. The one that's open right now.
Oh.
Exactly that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
okay. You know what I'm talking about?
I do know what you're talking about. Yes.
So they're fighting around the breakfast table, and one of them poured orange juice, and then they referred to it as pouring the orange juice, pouring a glass of orange juice out of this container, and that took me way back because my parents had that container in that color, and when I was a kid, I remember taking the potato masher and mashing pouring the water in, and then the unwrapping the can of orange juice concentrate and mashing the frozen orange juice into the pitcher.
Buddha Puncher says everyone had that pitcher.
Yeah.
Yep. I wager that pitcher is probably somewhere in my cabinet right now.
Shit, can we 3D print those pictures now?
Somebody get Wormhole and Comfort on it.
Yeah.
I bet you they could. I don't know if you can drink out of it. Can you 3D print food safe stuff?
Well, you couldn't. I don't know that the pictures that we were drinking before were food safe.
Oh, goodness, no.
No.
That is better living through technology if you've ever seen it.
That didn't exist.
You talk food safe now. You're just making up words now.
people were saying, "Hey, this ashtray is really cool. It glows in the dark. It's made out of Vaseline glass."
Oh.
Vaseline glass is radioactive. Is slightly radioactive.
Yeah, but look how cool it is, huh?
How do
really
you
ties the room together?
How do you read your watch in the dark? I painted radium paint onto the hands of my watch so I can read it in the dark.
Oh, yeah. I just find it funny that we had all that stuff in abundant supply, even though it was dangerous. That's mind blowing.
Well, apparently we had enough people back then.
Well,
if a couple had died,
I think there might have been some radiation in this stuff because I am burning up, man. Doggone it. Ah. Okay. Yeah, it just went out of fashion. Yeah. I would say so. But lava lamps are still around. But people still love the lava lamps.
I remember the story about somebody I used to have a lava lamp,
Yeah.
but then my little brother shook the I'm doing this again.
Wait. There you go, Rummy.
Yeah. Shook the bottle of the lamp, and it's just never been the same since.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Do
No.
that. What else you're not supposed to do?
Yeah. Apparently, from I guess it's CNN Health Life, don't sit on the toilet for more than 10 minutes, doctors warn. And it's
Yeah.
important to look at this because we've got a oblong toilet paper roll, and I think that's a phone, not a pad. But
that's a
I need a shelf like that right next to my toilet, at that level.
You know what I'm seeing in bathrooms now? People are putting in these bidets, but they don't have a seat. The toilet. There's no lid there. There's no lid there. Now what are you gonna do? So you have the toilet there with the toilet seat and the toilet lid naturally, and then you just got a bidet sitting there just hanging out naked.
But like the classic bidets were always just there without a seat, and you just sort of squatted over it.
No.
Like the Japanese bidets are the good one are the good ones, but like the European ones were the ones that looked like a toilet that was just next to the real toilet. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's just what looks like that cabinet, that counter there, but
without the thing.
There's just no seat there.
Yeah, okay.
You have a shelf next to the toilet. It's called a sink. Bidets don't have sinks. Says Poodle. Bidets don't have seats. Says Poodle Puncher. It kind of takes away their usefulness to me. But what do I know? I've railed against bidets since people were chatting them up. The people were evangelizing all of the benefits of bidets, and I wouldn't hear of it.
So going down this, the open oval-shaped toilet seat compresses the buttocks, keeping the rectum in a lower position than if you were sitting on the couch. Well, he's never seen me poop on the couch before. With gravity pulling the lower half of the body down, the increased pressure affects your blood circulation. It becomes a one-way value. I'm guessing that's supposed to be valve, but who can afford copy editors, right?
No. AI is
where
supposed to
blood
do that.
enters but can't really go back.
Now there have been
This sounds like an anal priapism.
There have been loads of
He said loads.
yes.
Yeah.
There have been loads of studies and stuff from overseas that say the way Americans sit on the toilet is not the healthiest way. Yes, I get it. I know. I know our Asian brothers and sisters like to squat, and they still make the squat toilets, which you can get installed here in the States if you so desire. What has not been answered, and I've asked this to everybody who loves these toilets. What do you do if you're like a sumo wrestler, or if you're a little large, or if you maybe don't have the knee strength that you used to? It's a disaster
toilet
waiting to happen. Where's the pole that you're supposed to be on? Where's any handles or pulley system or just some sort of anti-gravity device so you can hover? What are you supposed to be doing if you're on a trip and this, you just come across this, and this is what your hotel or Airbnb has. And
then you picked terribly.
yeah, yes, you have gone completely wrong.
The view is beautiful. The bed is gorgeous, but the toilet is just a hole in the floor.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I get it. Yes, I know. Sumo wrestlers would be the best at squatting, but I'm just saying, for the average American, going over in a place where squat toilets are there for the first time and they do not have a Western accommodation, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, you didn't pack enough pants for this trip.
I know. You find the McDonald's.
McDonald's will have it.
Yeah.
McDonald's will do it. Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
America.
You find the McDonald's.
How did we get here? What happened? Why are we talking about toilets?
Some shit happened.
Why? What are we doing?
I want to know how, they're talking about, having to spend a long time on the toilet might be where was it? Might be a symptom of irritable bowel syndrome and Crohn's disease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but don't try to force it to make it happen faster. Okay, so I'm sitting there. I'm going. It's taken me longer than 10 minutes, but I'm not supposed to try to force it to make it go faster.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm just fucked. Right?
But think of how many more stars you'll get on your game.
Tens of thousands.
I mean, you'll just be star rich. Just all.
I am
all
star rich.
Yeah. I have seen where, and this is just me and my dietary habits. If I ingest too much Splenda, sucralose, acesulfame, whatever, I will spend more time on the toilet. It gets, things just get weird back there, and it's not something that I can change until I get enough water in me to fix it.
And you know what? And I'll give you a great catch-22. So here is the medication that I take to get me off the toilet faster than 10 minutes.
Yes.
Like to, make everything more normal. And if you look at the orange in the bottom, it says sweetened with aspartame, which does not help matters.
Yeah. Okay. So there's that. It's just like any other medicine out there. The side effects might be worse than the symptoms itself.
This feels like the dentist giving out candy for good checkups. Like, gotta keep them coming back.
Oh, I know of a dentist in Birmingham, Alabama, that bakes cookies in his office.
Mm-hmm.
Full on, full sugar, high octane cookies. And so, instead of the smell of wintergreen and peppermint and all that, you get the smell of chocolate chip cookies when you go in there, and you get gassed up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good on them. If you're going to do that, it's no better than having a gym and a donut shop right next to each other. You know you're going to one of these, and most of the time we choose wrong.
I think Cold Stone Creamery used to look for Weight Watchers meetings to open up near. They were not helping matters.
Nope, not a bit. Not a bit. Ugh. Ew, that's terrible. But Butcher says the sound of burning cookies, the smell of burning cookies, mixed with meth.
Burning teeth.
Oh, teeth. Okay, yeah. Let me get some more of this eggnog here. That'll fix it.
That's not going to help.
Here's what's going to help. We've got a top 10 list. How about that? Let's do that.
Ooh.
Ooh. Here's your top 10. Can we see it? Are we good? Everybody's all right.
I could see the logo. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's all right. Top 10 things you can say about cake, but not your partner. Everybody is eating cake.
What if your partner is caked?
That's a great question. I don't think they answered the survey. They were too busy.
I asked the tough questions.
Here we go, number 10.
Yeah.
All that came from a box. Number 9. It's a bit lumpy from the back. Number 8. Don't forget the brown stuff. Number 7. Too much yeast.
The
number
yeast
7.
makes me rise.
Number 6. I don't like a soggy bottom. Number 5. Is that mold? Ugh. And number 4. My friends must have this. Number 3. Now that's moist. Number 2. I ate it, but it turned my tongue blue. And the number 1 thing you can say about cake, but not your partner. This tastes just like Mom's. Oh no, we're gonna start some fights around here now. Come on, that's the way. I like it. That's the way. I like it. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm a soggy bottom boy.
Are you now? Well, good on you. Good for you. No, I've been watching too much British Bake Off, British Baking Show, American Baking Show. There was an American version of the British Baking Show, but one of the hosts couldn't keep it in her pants, and so they got Me Too'd, and we got removed. But there is a different version of it on
Paul Hollywood
the
is
Ruby
a
channel.
Paul Hollywood is a sexy man.
Well, you'll get no argument here. My goodness.
Yeah.
And routine walk.
How do you do? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's nice to meet you. Salutations and greetings. It's a genuine pleasure to make your acquaintance. So many different ways to say hi. Hello, hi, morning, afternoon, evening. How you doing? How's it going? Nice to see you. Howdy, good day. What's new? What's the story? What's happening? So many different ways to say hi. Hey dude, sup girl? Yo, what's cooking? So many different ways to say hi.
The worst decisions, the best mashups, BVJ Show. How about we combat the stupidness with a little bit of, hold on a second here.
No, we just got more stupidness.
How about a
feel
little
better?
knowledge control? What? Hold on.
No stupid questions?
Yeah,
Less
no
stupid questions?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, from Ask Reddit. What is something that is an automatic, I am not eating here. You need to leave at a restaurant?
Why
Top
am I
comment.
dark?
Go.
Why am I dark? What has happened in here? Good Lord. I didn't do it.
Oh my. Good Lord.
All right. For me,
Yeah.
I got to get in the bathroom. If the bathroom's messed up, the kitchen's messed up, ain't nobody cleaning nothing.
First comment. No soap in the bathroom and no hint that it just ran out. Like there was no dispenser on the wall, no empty container on the sink.
You open it up and there's just dust.
Employees must not wash hands before returning to work.
Oh.
Being filthy, having rude service. Went to a diner near me that I had never heard of. No one was eating at the tables inside. Long story short, they basically played hot potato. The staff played hot potato with who had to actually, talk to the customers and seat them.
I will say that I would love to see people in the restaurant.
Yeah.
There was a Chinese buffet that opened up near me, and every time we rolled past it, there was never anybody there.
I have a Thai food restaurant that's like that. That's been open for as long as I can remember. And I ordered for pickup once, and just totally dead at like 8 o'clock 8 p.m. on a Saturday night.
Yeah. I can't.
But it was really good food.
Okay, here's where you and I are going to part ways, because I went in that buffet, and I have to wonder whether this was a buffet or a library, because stuff was just sitting there. And even the quintessential Chinese buffet Jello dessert.
Yeah.
Had a little film on that sucker. I was like, no, we're gone. We're not eating here. I'm out.
We've got a couple of stories in here for people that walked into a restaurant and said, "Oh, this is a money laundering front." Okay.
There actually was one of those places, and it was a really popular wing restaurant here that was busted on the news for money laundering and craps tables. Not craps tables, but running numbers.
No, we had houses in the more rural areas around me that were like these giant mansions that were shut down for being casinos.
Yeah.
And it was just that, and nobody, paid any attention to it until the COVID lockdowns. And it's like, why are there, hundreds of cars parked along the street near this house? That can't be.
That's one crazy house
that
party.
Can't be legal. Yeah.
Shall we move forward?
Extremely. Yeah, there aren't any really good. It really turned into more people talking about mob front restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
What's something from your childhood that kids today will never experience?
Ooh. You've got kids. Have you ever just kind of talked to them about stuff like that?
The best example that I have of this is there is a local rapper that did a song called Rental Patient, which was a love letter to the independent video rental stores around the Toronto area.
Okay.
And trying to explain what video rental was to my 7-year-old was not easy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what they'll never experience? Going to a music store and not having the song or album or single that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Because now everybody's got Spotify or iHeart or Apple Music.
Oh,
Every piece of music in the world is right there, and it's at your disposal and it's at your demand. Now,
I thought you meant like if they wanted physical media, then it's Amazon and it's the internet. You just keep looking until you find it.
Yeah,
and they may not be able to ship it overnight, but you're going to get it.
Yeah, a physical media. I don't know how long that's going to last. I don't know how long that's going to.
Oh no, it'll stick around.
I hope so.
I still buy records,
yeah.
And there is absolutely no reason for me to own it except for I want the artifact.
Yeah. Now, but I'm talking like going to the record store after school.
Yeah. And looking through
the stuff, seeing what's there. Oh, I got to have this new hot single, which we purchased on cassettes, singles as they were so lovingly called. And lo and behold, they were all gone. So he couldn't get that song. Didn't want to buy the album, but I just wanted that song.
Yeah.
Which
top comment here: playing video games, having no idea where to go, and having no tools to figure it out. Today, I'm embarrassed, but today, like we've recently started playing Super Smash Brothers on the Switch, which I keep calling the Wii. Whatever. And we had to watch a YouTube video to figure out how to get it to play multiplayer mode.
Wait, what?
There are like 8 different game modes in the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, and 7 out of the 8 of them are single player.
Oh, okay.
And it's not at all clear that it's like play Smash mode or play Spirit mode or play Story mode or play, and it's not at all clear which ones you can play in versus or co-op or what.
Okay.
And so, and this was a great video because it was a YouTube video of like an 8-year-old kid, and what he was doing was basically showing you how to take, like, because the Switch controllers are 2 pieces that can get used together or used separately. And so what he was trying to teach you how to do was to take a controller that had linked to the game as 1 player and split it into 2 players so you could play as 2 players together, but it wasn't working. And he was trying to explain, you just do this and this and this and this, and maybe you have to hold this for a couple of minutes, for a couple of seconds. That's not working. And then like the hand of somebody who hasn't said anything in the video comes in and like hits a button that he doesn't acknowledge got hit at all, and then it all starts working. And you have to put it into 2-player mode, but he doesn't say any of that. Like, and you just do this, and then it works. Like,
so are you looking around for a mysterious hand?
I just all I needed out of it was, if I want to play in versus mode, which mode do I have to go into to get it to play like that? And that part of it worked. The video gave me that part of it, but it was just this is somebody doing an explainer video on something that they clearly don't know how to do.
We love a good explainer video, and we'll make an explainer video in a heartbeat.
So,
especially if we just figured out how to do it ourselves. First thing we got to do is make an explainer video about it.
But in Diamond Club, we do have a saying, take two. I'm watching the published video, and there are 537,000 views on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
You have to be first. No, you don't always have to be right. Shall we move on?
any good chain mail? Having to share a family computer. Having to choose if you were going to be on the telephone or on the internet because you couldn't do both at the same time.
Ooh, yes.
The term "my phone" was never used. It was just the phone.
The phone. And whoever thought up those gigantic, obscenely long cord extension cords for the phone, that's something else. That guy's rich.
Watching a TV show you don't really like because it's the only kids show that's on in that time slot.
That's another good one. Or
Performing
having
surgery
a
on a
television.
tape cassette.
Yes. I got
I'm
really
going
good
through-
at that.
I'm going through replacing a television set right now.
Yeah.
We kept having it's having power issues, and so it wouldn't turn on when you hit the power button, and so you'd have to get the cord and unplug it and then plug it back in, and then usually it would turn on, but not always. And eventually decided it's just time. It's 15 years old and a hand-me-down from a hand-me-down from a hand-me-down, and it's just time to get a new one. And so I go to Costco and I look at what's the size that I want and what's the price that I'm willing to pay for an unplanned TV purchase, and then I go to the review sites and all of the ones that I've picked out are and this is a mediocre that isn't particularly good at anything, and this is a mediocre TV that isn't particularly good at anything, and this is a mediocre TV that isn't particularly good at anything. And then I realized I'm trying to buy a $700 or $800 TV at Costco. The reviewers are not going to be impressed by any of these.
Oh yeah, there was a big glut of, don't buy a Black Friday television. Don't do it. You're gonna regret it. You're gonna hate it. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
However, I will acknowledge the fact that televisions are hitting that sweet spot of 55 inches or greater, and the prices have just gone bonkers, right?
Uh-huh.
And so it was the television that I was lifting up. It was $228
Uh-huh.
that sent my heart over the edge. I don't know whether it was excitement or or just trying to get rid of the food poisoning that I had day before. That just knocked me out of whack. Now, while I was recovering, and this, one of the reasons why I love my brother, he came over to the house and is like, what are you going to do with that television? And I'm like, well, we're replacing the one here in the kitchen that doesn't have HD. You can't really watch it because the light from the patio shines on it and you can't really see it, right? And while I'm recovering and trying to get some work done, I had a recording session that day. He came and put together the little TV stand, which I thought would work. Granted, I did not do any measuring, did not do any thinking at all. I just saw it and I bought it. So we purchased a 65-inch TV for $228 out of Walmart.
Yeah. I have
TCL.
that TV.
Yes.
Oh, no, mine was RCA.
Okay. And it was a modular TV stand where if it just looked like 4 big blocks. So if you set the blocks on top of each other, you can set a 37-inch TV on it, right?
Okay.
But if you set the blocks all the way side by side, you can put a 70-inch television on it. I was like,
And
well, great, that'll work.
Sometimes the stand on a TV like that is a wide thing in the middle, and sometimes it's 2 little stands on the edges.
By the way, Hondo, you just subscribed. Thank you. Good to see you tonight, man. Good to see you.
He was in a commercial through all of that, and fuck this, I cannot let that abide.
But Now, there were some developments in getting all this together. First, my brother tells me none of that is going to fit, and because the little tiny television was a little like 42 or something like that, and it was just sitting there in a corner in one of those old pressed wood TV stands that has been there way past its prime.
Yeah.
And it really matches the tongue and groove wood paneling of this. This house is built in the 60s. So, and I don't want to change anything. And they're, obviously everything is much too big for the configuration, everything that, for the current configuration. And so, out of the goodness of his heart, he put together the TV stand, he set the television on it. He moved the computer, which was more, a little cheap computer desk, moved it around to a different part of the room. And he's like, yeah, none of this is going to fit. Now, everything is much too big. Story of my life. And now we have a new problem. Everything is in its place. However, the TV sits too low.
Yeah.
That is the chief complaint to me. You should probably get a TV stand and have it hung. I'm like, I don't want to do that because
I did that.
Me being an idiot, I'm thinking it's going to compromise the bathroom, which is right next to it. And I know it's not because you obviously, if you use a stud finder, it's going to work.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Oh.
Possibly because I was knee deep in the eggnog. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, like a $20 stand from Amazon, like the Amazon what's the house brand?
Amazon Basics.
Like Amazon Basics, like $25 TV mount has worked really nicely.
Yeah.
Has worked really well for me. And I am very happy with it. So yes, so there's a new TV in my future.
Nice. Very nice.
Which, is just removing the mount from the old one, attaching the mount to the new one, plugging in the Apple TV and, and hang it and just put it back up there and good to go.
But the first thing you got to do is buy a voice remote because this one did not come with it.
No, I don't use any of the smarts in any of the TVs. It's
I know
just
you don't.
The Apple TV. So the Apple TV has its own voice. Voice recognition.
Look, I was a set-top guy for literal decades, but I'm getting used to living the app lifestyle when it comes to televisions. Now, does that mean I won't slap a Roku on it?
Yeah.
Maybe. Out of the Roku or the Fireson,
Fireson, I like that.
The what do you call it? The Amazon Fire Sticks.
Fire Stick. Yeah.
I find that the stick is buggy. It's laggy. No matter what flavor I buy, it's very slow.
Yep.
And you have to reboot it all the time. The Roku is just zippity zip zip zip. It goes, and you don't have to worry about anything with it.
Not to mention, a bunch of the TVs use Roku as their internal smart OS.
Now, the Google TV platform is something that I have not experienced.
I have. It was glorious.
Wheels on your TV, says Hondo. What, like one of those TV presentation type things? Like what you see in TV studios? Yeah. Fire devices are garbage, says Poodle Puncher.
Yep.
We'll be getting them on here in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Roku and Google TV are good. I want to try Google TV, but I haven't bought the dongle.
Actually, I don't know that. I know I got to try. It was an earlier version of Google TV.
Yeah.
Shortly, it was what they had developed right after they bought Sage, which was what they were using for the TV service on Google Fiber before they had like YouTube TV that they brought in instead of that.
Man, what a tease Google Fiber
and
was. It
Moxie.
happened to be.
The Moxie box.
Moxie. Yes, I remember
Winner
Moxie.
of Best of CES when Tom Merritt was still at CNET. No, not the Boxy box. And that was BOXEE. That was
a weird looking box, by the way.
It was, because it
was
needed
not
to be
square.
like, on its corner. It was square. It was just like
Ish.
rotated 45 degrees on two axes to make
It looked like it came out of Minecraft.
And it was black and green, like the original Xbox green.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Because Boxy was what I was using, like was based off of what I was using for media before Plex. Can't remember what that is. So how can I not remember what it is but still feel nostalgia for it?
Yeah. The last media server I ever built was off of Windows Media. Because Plex would not work with the cable cards at the time.
And I really want it's Kodi now.
Yes.
Which I guess was XBMC.
Oh, Boxy was roll your own.
Well, it was just the box, like the player box did its own thing. And just connected, like would just index your like a NAS on your network.
Yeah.
And run its own apps and like run apps for it. Boxy was able to play Adobe Flash? Huh.
Wow, guys, remember
Not
Adobe
any of the
Flash?
boxes. Not any of the. This can't be the Boxy that I was talking about. Boxy box. Official.
D-Link, are they still around?
D-Link is still around.
Yeah.
I don't know that they make anything interesting anymore.
By the way, I'm tasting more chocolate and less peppermint in this stuff. So I shall have someone smitten for that. This displeases me.
Oh yeah, we were doing something else.
Yes, let's get back to it.
What R-rated movie did you see when you were way too young?
I don't remember because I don't think we got into R-rated movies until we got cable, and it was mostly Skinamax.
My parents took me to see Howard Stern Private Parts in theater.
What? Now that was a good movie. I don't think
it was a good movie.
I don't think you should have seen it in the theaters.
No. Hold on. In theater. I mean, remember theaters, like the theater that I saw it at in, what was this? 1997.
Yeah.
So I was 12. And the theater that I saw this in, I don't think rivals in quality or screen size to what I have at home now. It was definitely before stadium seating. If the person in front of you was tall, you needed to change seats.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was fine until Jenna Jameson got naked in the studio.
Handel agrees with you, says, babes.
Yeah.
I figured you would talk about the speaker scene, but
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Best comments. Me, aged 8. RoboCop sounds like a fun movie about a robot policeman.
Oh,
Then they
no.
shot all his limbs off.
Oh. See, this is why you shouldn't have a movie theater in the mall. The parents will just drop the kids off and say, hey, all right,
No,
see y'all later.
they took me to see it because it was restricted. And so I was sitting probably between my parents at the time. Lots more RoboCop.
The only thing that comes to my mind was the movie Titanic. Was that R or was that PG?
No, that was PG.
Oh. Yeah, like I said, we didn't watch
Also,
many R-rated movies
1997
in person.
Rating?
Now,
PG-13.
when On Demand came out, boy, I tell you what, you know, and you can watch it in the comfort of your own home and not, worry about being seen.
We didn't have HBO in Canada, but I remember being way too young and seeing being in like packing up to go home late at night at a like a not like a condo rental like an Airbnb, but like a condo at like a resort, but it was like lots of little buildings with a couple of units in each one. But I remember packing up and HBO was on, and I really, really wanted to see something with some nudity in it. This is after I figured out that some episodes of Monty Python's Flying Circus were on TV because they were artsy, but could still have nudity in it because it was artsy, not sexual.
Hondo has a question. Any video game award appearances lately? I can tell you I am in a video game.
Oh.
I cannot tell you anymore.
Okay.
I as soon as I find out where it is, I'll let everybody know. I won't shut up about it. I guarantee it. I'm a lead character in a video game, my very first, and I think it's pretty awesome. But yeah, as soon as it's released, I'll spill the beans. Let's see. We're gonna move.
Nothing else. People talk about like Leisure Suit Larry games, Porky's.
Leisure Suit Larry, I do remember. Was a bit on the raunchy side.
I remember Leisure Suit Larry 3, where when you opened the game, it asked you trivia questions to determine what your age was to see how raunchy the game could be.
That's funny.
If you were old enough. Yeah. Okay. What TV show absolutely nailed its finale?
I know this one. The best unrivaled finale ever. Newhart. And if you haven't seen it, it's this is the show where Bob Newhart, the comedian, is an innkeeper up in Vermont, and he at the very climax of the scene, he's surrounded by all of the crazy people of the town.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're all crazy," and a golf ball whacks him in the head, and he faints. And when he comes to, he's in the original Bob Newhart show set with Suzanne Plachette in bed with him. And I think that is just the funniest thing. And to even think of something like that, awesome. Poker Puncher says Seinfeld.
A lot of people were pissed off about Seinfeld. I never saw the Seinfeld finale because my parents were bribing my brother and I to not watch TV at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then once it was over as an event, everybody said, no, that episode pretty well sucked. And I and like so I am aware of how it ended, like with them in jail and not having ever learned anything, which is really um, disappointing for the audience, but really true to the show and the characters. What comes to mind for me is one of the Futurama endings.
I have fallen off of Futurama. I need to get back with that.
It held up. I also think that Simpsons has had a really good season this season.
I am behind on all of my Fox stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't even know that Crapopolis, which to me seemed promising, was already in what, season 3, season 2, something like that.
What's Crapopolis?
Crapopolis is, oh goodness, that's the guy from Community created that, right? Crapopolis tries too hard. I saw one episode of that and it was okay. Dan Harmon. It's basically just ancient times. I don't think it's technically Greece, but there's a bunch of gods and goddesses and things like that, and they're all just incredibly horny.
Oh, with a K.
Naturally.
Okay.
Yeah. It is Greece.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never heard of this, but I'm looking at it and like just from the cast: Richard Ayoade, Matt Berry, Hannah Waddingham, Stephanie Beatriz.
Good cast.
Excellent cast. Keith David, Michael Urie.
Yep.
Okay. I'll put it on my list.
Yep. I fell behind on Bob's Burgers and
Yeah, me too.
Family Guy. Hadn't really paid much attention to The Simpsons at all. Now they just did their Sunday Fun Day. Well, not Sunday Fun Day, Monday Fun Day. Little Dealy Bob with Monday Night Football on ESPN.
Okay.
And it's done in near real time, animated in near real time, computer generated, obviously not hand drawn.
What was
though
it?
they did try with some of the when they did it with Nickelodeon last year to give as an alternate stream for the kids. They actually did it with a playoff game, but no, they did it. They did it, and I haven't seen all of it, but I've just seen the behind the scenes of it with Mina Kimes, and it looks interesting. I love the alternate streams, and I think there should be more of them.
Mm-hmm.
We already know you know how to put on a good football game. We already know how you do that. I personally loved when Amazon got into football and they had Hannah Storm and Andrea Kramer. I mean, just two absolute legends in the broadcasting world. Andrea Kramer knows everybody. Hannah Storm has interviewed everybody. And they could talk for hours. Now, obviously, it wasn't their broadcast was not as fast paced as Joe and Troy Aikman and Joe Buck when they were doing it, because obviously you fall into a rhythm. Here comes a play.
Yeah.
Guy A calls the play. Guy B, former player, talks about it. Right. Now they were veering off into stories. They had little interviews with the coaches and things like that. It was really interesting. Now I also like the Manning cast. That has really taken off. If you are, a football aficionado, or you just love the Mannings because, they played here and you're a big homer. And you can enjoy that. I also love the Pat McAfee cast whenever they do it, and they'll be doing it for the big college football playoff. And I have no tie to any school, but you just love watching it. love watching well-executed plays and things like that. And I really didn't, get hopped up about it until later on in life, so I don't have the history that most other people, when they start talking and reminiscing about sports and playing with their dads and all this and that. I don't have that, but I do enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just lost the mixer. Something just happened. What else we
got? People really liked MASH for the ending, but it's before my time. I don't have I'm familiar with it, but I couldn't tell you anything about the finale of MASH except it was the single most watched episode of a TV show of all times, and will probably never be broken because we just can't. There are too many other options.
That's
now.
another thing that you're gonna have to, that kids are never gonna experience, is a shared experience like that, where where everybody is on like a Thursday night or a Friday night, whatever.
Yep.
Handle says 44 million. If IIRC, but you're never going to see anything other than a live sporting event do numbers like that anymore, especially not anything scripted or a game show or whatever. It's not gonna be that. Now there'll still be some lovely numbers. It's never gonna be, a good chunk of the country watching this other than the Super Bowl or college football, what have you. Maybe even the Stanley Cup playoffs. But it's all one thing. It's all live sports.
Yeah.
And so Netflix, you better get your act together when it comes time for football.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah. We're not wasting Beyonce on you, all right?
Right after the shit show that was the Tyson Paul fight.
Yeah.
I started seeing ads for Netflix is going to have football games on Christmas Day. It's like, are you sure?
Maybe buy another server.
Seem like a good idea. Or two.
Yeah. Maybe two racks. Just go ahead and get them. You got the money. You got the hard drive space. Go ahead and just spin them on up. It'll be fine.
It's not hard drive space. Hard drive space is what they're good at with on-demand stuff.
Yeah.
It's the
bandwidth.
They need to sign up for CashFly.
At CACHEFLY.com. Ando says the Beatles did 48 million with All You Need Is Love on CBS.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Now they are going to do something with Dua Lipa this coming Sunday.
I actually have a DVR recording set for that.
Yes, you do.
Yep.
That reminds me, I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not going to do 44 million. Let's put that out of your mind. I say maybe 2 or 3. It'll be a respectable number.
Yeah. Which reminds me,
especially
I've
going
heard
up against Sunday Night Football. So they're going up against NBC on that. So who knows?
I have heard nothing but good about the Sabrina Carpenter Christmas special on Netflix this year.
Oh yeah.
It looked like you were ducking your head and like, oh.
No.
In disappointment, you looked.
No,
I'm not angry.
I like Sabrina Carpenter. She does a good job.
I really liked her in Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
When she was still a kid, and Sabrina Carpenter now is very much not Sabrina Carpenter from 10 years ago. And so or from 8 years ago. You know, and that's just, you know, me being attached to the sequel of the show that was appointment viewing when I was the right age for it.
Well, how about we get a little Sabrina Carpenter on right now?
Oh,
Assisted by the Ghost Town DJs. This is My Nonsense.
wow.
I love this one. This is pretty. It's
You just had that queued up.
Yep.
Okay.
Number in my phone. I might change your contact to don't leave me alone. You said you like my eyes and you like to make them roll. Treat me like a queen, now you got me feeling fine. I can't know myself when you get close to me. Baby, my tongue goes numb. Sounds like blah, blah, blah. I don't want no one else. Baby, I'm in too deep. Here's a little song I wrote. It's about you and me. I'll be honest. Looking at you got me thinking nonsense. Caught was in my stomach when you walk in. When you got your arms around me, oh, it feels so good. I had to jump the octave. I think I got an ex, but I've forgotten. And I can't find my chill, I must have lost it. I don't even know I'm talking nonsense. I'm talking all around the clock. I'm talking home, nobody knocks. I'm talking opposite of soft. I'm talking wild thoughts. You gotta keep up with me. I got some young energy. I got the LOVE. How do you do this to me? Gotta get on myself when you get close to me. Baby, my tongue was numb. Sounds like baby, and I don't want no one else. Baby, I'm in too deep. Here's a little song I wrote. It's about you and me. I'll be honest. Looking at you got me thinking nonsense. Got wheels in my stomach when you walk in. When you got your arms around me, oh, it feels so good. I had to hit the octave. I think I got an ex, but I've forgotten. And I can't find my chill, I must have lost it. I don't even know I'm talking nonsense. I'm talking.
Boy, you've got all I need from what I see. And boy, every night I am constantly thinking of you.
This boy got me going crazy. We just started dating. Now he said he want a baby. He said, "Cool, you so amazing. You a freak in the sheets in the streets. You're such a lady." He like when I talk and pop. It's your bedtime. Come and lay up in it. We just gonna blame it on the goose. Come take off these Jimmy Choos. Get them lights got me in my mood. The Italy, Milan, Rouge. Sex on the flight. Yeah, we breaking all the rules. Soon as I land, I'ma need a round two. He loving this body. Coil Ray, you know I'm a problem. If you wanna come through and solve it, just miss me with the toxic. Yeah, you talking that nonsense. I myself when you get close to me. Baby, my tongue was numb. Sounds like baby, and I don't want no one else. Baby, I'm in too deep. Here's a little song I wrote. It's about you and me. I'll be honest. Looking at you got me thinking nonsense. Got wheels in my stomach when you walk in. When you got your arms around me, oh, it feels so good. I had to hit the octave. I think I got an ex, but I've forgotten.
gonna tell you a Christmas story. Hand me a cookie, will you, baby? Tina, Tommy, Susie, come on, sit on my lap. Well, sorry, Mary, your mama said you couldn't sit on my lap. But listen up, listen up. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, except for me and your spouse. The stockings were hung on your honey with care, while you was still asleep in your Snoopy underwear. Well, we was all nestled snugly in bed, while visions of mummies danced in your head. With your ma buck-ass naked, and me in my Jimmy cap, we had settled in for a nasty love tap. When all of a sudden, there arose such a clatter, and there you were, getting madder and madder. With a way to the window, I flew like a flash. Dang, I think your woman just gave me a rash. But you heard me exclaim, ere I drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all. Here come the mummies, gonna get the funk on tonight. Hey! Merry Christmas, baby! Come give Santa a kiss, baby.
I've been watching me all night long. Candy canes, chocolate kisses over by the eggnog. What have I got to do to get you underneath the mistletoe? Got another man, but I've got a plan how to get with you alone. Make a list and check it twice. Make it deliver right on time. Plan to sneak away with me tonight. I'm your secret Santa. Sliding down your chimney till I hit the spot. I'm your secret Santa. Sit down on my lap, I'll give you anything you want.
Gonna make that list, baby. Check it twice.
You better not pout, you better not cry. Got my digital camera by the bedside. Oh, the Yuletide taboo. Jingle bells, Christmas Eve, sugar plum fairies, red and green.
Nice and naughty rendezvous.
Just make a list and check it twice. Package delivered right on time. Plan to sneak away with me tonight. I'm your secret Santa. Sliding down your chimney till I hit the spot. I'm your secret Santa. Sit down on my lap, I'll give you anything you want. Just make a list and check it twice. Package delivered right on time. Plan to sneak away with me tonight. I'm your secret Santa. Sliding down your chimney till I hit the spot. I'm your secret Santa. Sit down on my lap, I'll give you anything you want. I'm your secret Santa. Sliding down your chimney till I hit the spot. I'm your secret Santa. Sit down on my lap, I'll give you anything you want. I'm your secret Santa.
It's motherfucking Christmas time, and I don't have a fucking dime. It doesn't matter anyhow. 'cause I've been feeling plenty down, I'm blue. So what can I do? It's fucking Christmas time again. Will the season never end? Every time I turn around, Christmas comes bearing down. My God, make it stop. I'm so tired of Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas time. I'm sick of all the Christmas cheer that permeates this time of year. And I'm sick of Christmas songs I don't wanna sing along. I'm done. I'm through. I'm so tired of Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas. Fuck Christmas time.
The worst decisions, the best mashups. I've done some smart things while we were playing music. First off, I went and took that eggnog, got it out of here. It does not need to be in here. Also got Poodle Puncher on the line. What's up there, Poodle?
I thought you said you did smart things.
Well,
I was thinking nobody's perfect.
Well, no, I mean, my goodness. I've already had what's less than a half?
Quarter?
Yeah.
Third?
Yeah. All the
Unless
above.
You're like metric.
Of that bottle of Evan Williams, and it does not need to be in here whilst I finish this off. So, how is Poodle Puncher today?
It's Saturday, and it's cold outside, so I'm in here.
And it's cold outside.
It's damn cold outside. Not as cold as it was the last couple days, but still.
Yeah.
If there's white stuff on the ground, I have no business being out there.
Holy crap.
There's white stuff on the ground and it didn't come out on me, I swear.
Oh. Dang it, man. See, this is
So
you've been spilling your eggnog is what you did.
I had a question for Jay.
Yes, sir.
It's Christmas time coming, we're in that time of the year, and this is when every year there's somebody new somebody puts out a new Christmas album. Have you listened to the Ben Folds Christmas album?
I have not.
I just found it. I didn't even know it came out. It dropped back in like October. or like early November. It has a clearly the title is clearly a joke because it's called Slayer. But
Oh,
SLEIGHER.
Oh.
If you like Ben Folds, there's some good stuff on it, but but part of it
is it mostly covers though?
No. There's like he does one like kind of a mashup of Christmas songs, like referencing Christmas songs, but it's all original stuff. Some of it's really good. Some of it kind of feels phoned in, including the track where it starts out with him talking to the recorder saying, "Hey, it's May 2024 and I'm running out of ideas and blah blah blah." So then he like does a whole thing where he's talking to Chat GPT to get lyric ideas and
naturally
goes into the song, and it was like, okay, yeah, you're gonna lean into that. No, I don't think I would rank it up there as one of his best albums, but it there's a couple tracks on there that are I think could be classics.
I feel about Christmas albums same way we do Christmas mashups, because there's really only so many permutations of Wham or Mariah Carey, because that's all it's out there.
You just named the two worst Christmas songs ever that everybody has latched onto. Although the worst one is that horrible John Lennon song that people play at Christmas, and it's not even a Christmas song. It's a Christmas is BS song, if you listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Is that Wonderful Christmas Time, or is that...
No, so this is Christmas.
Oh, God, I hate that.
But
yeah, no, it's like not even a Christmas song.
People think that Fortunate Son is a patriotic song.
People also think that Born in the USA is a patriotic song. It is not.
That one. Yeah, that one gets my blood boiling. But yeah. What else was I gonna say?
I do have a Christmas song to beat that, because the Sirius XM Christmas channel that is available on the satellite this year is programmed by Jimmy Fallon. And Jimmy Fallon has a Christmas album.
Because of course he does.
And Jimmy Fallon has a song on that Christmas album that is Jimmy Fallon, the Jonas Brothers, and LL Cool J.
Okay.
So, which are you going to recognize first, LL Cool J or the Jonas Brothers? Who's had their hand in making the music?
I would say LL Cool J is the only person that I could probably pick out of that, because I don't know what a Jonas Brothers sounds like, and I don't know anything about Fallon. So
there is a lot of Jimmy Fallon in there.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly know nothing about Fallon. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything notable.
All right.
No, you're right.
I don't think I've seen him in anything notable, like The Tonight Show.
I mean,
don't watch
the gloss of the year right there. I love it.
Like I said, I know he's from SNL, but that was long after it was funny. So I wasn't watching it. I've never watched The Tonight Show, even when it was Carson and Leno. I never watched The Tonight Show.
How about Conan? Did you care for it then?
I watched Conan. When Conan first took over for Letterman, I watched, the first few years. By the time Andy Richter was gone, I was out. I was kind of there for Andy, but Yeah. No, I used to watch Letterman. No, the dude that was the best at late night was Craig Ferguson. Craig
is amazing.
He was the first guy that I wouldn't miss a show. When I accidentally caught an episode and I was hooked, I would TiVo that. And there were times where I'd be gone, like traveling, and I'd come back. My girlfriend and we could sit down and watch like 6 episodes in a row. That was one show I actually got to go to a taping. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, wow.
I watch Colbert like that. That I'll watch episodes that are a week old, a couple of weeks old. But we don't need to go into that.
Yeah.
Because you're going to rip me a new one for it.
People like what they like. You like what you like.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Back to Christmas songs. I was gonna say fun fact, and it kind of blew my mind when I learned this. But if you go back to the most iconic Christmas songs that came from like the 40s and 50s, they were all written by Jews.
Yep.
I see nothing wrong with this.
Funny because they don't celebrate Christmas.
Which is why they were working on Christmas and they wrote these songs.
But I found that funny. It's funny. It would be like me writing like a very popular Ramadan song. I
saw a thing on I think it was Threads today that was all the most popular Christmas songs are "It's cold outside and it's cozy and I'm here with my loved ones and having a good time." And there's the one Hanukkah song, and it's like,
Dreidel?
"Hey kid, you want to learn how to gamble?"
Oh, the Dreidel song.
Yeah. Although there is a update to the Dreidel song that I really enjoyed, which is the Dreidel song by Erev Baron Cohen, who is Sacha Cohen's brother.
You're getting all roboty there.
Am I back?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. So Sacha Baron Cohen. Sacha Baron Cohen's his brother is a like a Hasidic rapper.
Okay.
And I think it was on Conan's late night show that I saw him perform.
Okay.
Nice.
Just to bring that all the way back around.
There you go.
But another music reference, something that Jay, did you ever watch Detroiters?
I think I may have seen one episode of that.
Okay.
So I know what it is.
It was a show I didn't really watch until recently. I caught it on. It's on Netflix, and I watched both seasons. And I'm not a big fan of Tim Robinson. He's a bit much.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you do the sketch show, I Think You Should Leave. But in this show, Detroiters, it's a show about Detroit, and then every episode they go out of their way to feature stuff and people about Detroit. And there was 2 things. The first thing, there's the TV anchor that's reoccurring. He's in almost every episode. I found out he was actually a TV anchor. He was playing himself. And it turns out he's the guy Will Ferrell-based Anchorman.
No way.
And then I watching him on the show, I was like, okay, I get this.
Whoa.
But there was a joke that they didn't even. I know most people aren't gonna get it, but there was an episode where dude's father breaks out of the asylum. And they realize that he escaped, so they call the asylum and say, "Hey, I think I've got one of your guys." And the late nurse goes, "Okay, let me call my orderlies." And then it cuts to 3 really big guys sitting in like next to each other in like on a bench seat in a truck. And I realized it's the Fat Boys.
Yes!
Because the movie Disorderlies.
Disorderlies!
And it was just a throwaway joke.
Oh my God. That's good.
It was like written for like us. Because I know anybody younger than me
is not going to get that.
Have no idea. And it wasn't even a thing. It was just, hey, let me call my orderlies. And then it cuts to these three really big guys shoved into the front seat of a truck and says, hey, there's a guy over there. Okay, we're on our way. And then they go right. That's it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, wow. That'll get you an Emmy right there. Because, wow.
I mean,
wow.
That show is it's really good on several levels. As long as you can kind of get past Tim Robinson. But yeah.
You know, he reminds me of that. I feel sort of the same way that you were describing him. Is Nathan Fielder?
From Nathan For You?
Yeah. I have no idea how that became popular in the U.S.
Yeah.
Because somebody influential on social media said this is important, so people, the mindless sheep, went, "This is important."
Yeah,
and that's
when it was a 3-minute segment on another comedy show, like that was more than enough.
Speaking of comedy, have you been getting into any of Tony Hinchcliffe situations, the Kill Tony podcast, or anything like that?
Just reminded me that I need to look up Big Fat Show of the Year. We should be around that time now.
Yeah. I don't know. This just came out of nowhere. He does a weekly podcast live show from Joe Rogan's Comedy Club in Austin, Texas. Premise of it is, you sign up, you get your name pulled, you put your name in a hat or a bucket. If your name is pulled, you get 1 uninterrupted minute on stage. So you better have your comedy together. And then you talk to Tony Hinchcliffe and whoever guests he has, full on comedians at that time. And for me, I mean, I like shows podcasts and shows that talk about comedy and the comedy process. And to their point, they do get into some joke construction, but still while roasting each other and calling each other gay and stuff like that. It is what it is. It's comics being comics, just roasting each other in front of a live studio audience. And there's alcohol involved, and there's boobs involved, and everyone has a good time.
How are boobs involved?
Because boobs are funny.
Yes. You don't cut boobs. You don't cut funny. Dang it.
Funny is funny. Yeah. And it doesn't matter why.
Look at her.
Funny is funny.
Someone just came out and brought Tony a drink, and everybody claps because she's very talented at what she does.
Speaking
is that diplomatic
of
enough?
Rogan,
got it.
Absolutely. Speaking of Rogan, lately they've been posting full episodes on YouTube. And there was one a couple days ago with it was an interview with what's his face, Pulp Fiction, Tarantino, and then the dude, his friend who also wrote Pulp Fiction with him.
Yeah.
It was with the two of them, and it was a really good conversation. It's like 3.5 hours long.
As you do.
It was one of those things that I put it on, I'll listen to some of this because because I was getting ready to go do something else. And then next thing I know, it was 3.5 hours later. It was like, holy crap. I got sucked into it. It was a really good conversation. It was a lot of fun.
It'll do that.
A lot of they talking back to your video rental conversation earlier. They talked a lot about because Tarantino and the other dude that I can't think of his name, they worked together at a video rental store in Manhattan Beach. It was like a fairly famous plane. They talked about that, and but yeah, if you're looking for something to listen to, that would be a very good episode.
So my throat is burning. Is that normal?
Possibly. Acid reflux?
I don't know. This cup is evil.
Well, maybe that's your sign that you're done.
Yeah.
You gotta listen to your body.
Yeah, that's oh boy. Here we go. So yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna call it. We're done. Next week, movie party. What are we watching for?
We will watch. There's a movie that I don't even know the name of. It's got people in it.
It's got people in it.
I think it's something in the barn.
It's not porn again, is it?
No. We have never watched porn at Christmas.
I know one time, and we never shut up about it.
Yeah, I think it's something in the barn. We still need.
We need to pick another one.
My wife, we watched porn on this movie party accidentally once, and it took a while to explain for her to get.
Porn.
It took a while to get to the point where she understood that there was no sex in the porn that we watched.
Yes, it wasn't porn. It's what originated.
There was no
as
nudity.
It originated as porn. They took out the porn, so we watched a very crappy movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, gentlemen. Thank you so very much,
sir,
for hanging out with me and for watching me drink all this eggnog. Oh, bad decisions were made, and we'll see you next time on the BVJ Show. Well, say ya.
Big Voice J. That was a damn good show. Yeah.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Yeah. All right.
Before you guys drop, I will explain why Jersey Mike's does their sandwiches wrong.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So when they do it, they do the meat and cheese, and then they throw the lettuce.
Yep.
And then they throw the tomatoes on top of the lettuce.
Yes.
The problem is, if you do that, none of that oil and vinegar makes it into the sandwich. It just bounces off the tomatoes. So you have two ways. You either put the tomatoes under the lettuce, or you put the oil and vinegar on the lettuce before adding the tomatoes. Because otherwise you lose. Because if you watch them make it, you will see all of the oil is on the counter.
Wow.
So, and you need that oil and vinegar because it needs to be in that shredded lettuce. That's the whole point of the shredded lettuce, is to hold the as a container vessel for the oil and vinegar. But that's why.
You know what? You've made some valid points.
Yeah.
That is very.
And every time I explain it to one of the sandwich people, they go, "Huh, yeah." But
oh, I love a good Jersey.
One sandwich artist at a time.
Yep. Just evangelizing the great sandwiches.